Hey everyone. Well, I'm trying to finish up my beans. I didn't get a video when I started. I only have 170 acres, so I'm gonna check, see how much seed I got. It's kind of been a muddy mess. Been getting rain almost every other day, and finally cleared up, I want to say last Wednesday, about May 20th. Yeah, I got planning to finish this up. And so, what is today? 25th, I think, 26th. Working on it for about 3 days. We got rain Saturday night. I think only about a ½ inch. So it dried up pretty fast. It was a little sticky in some spots, but it's not bad for getting a ½ inch, being able to go 2 days later. So I don't have my GPS in this tractor like I like it. It's kind of hard to see where the marker is because it normally lands on corn rows, and old 80-50, it's about to roll over on. It's coming up on 60-80, so it passed 60-70 here earlier today, and it's kind of neat on the errors on it. I'm planting beans so close, roughly around 100,000, 105,000 seeds per acre, and I found that's kind of the sweet spot. These are 4.9 maturity, and I'd like to have them in about May 10th, but like I said, we just kept getting rain. It started raining about the 1st of May, and I mean, some guys ran there for a short spurt. I don't know, about a week and a half ago, they had a day they could run, and I was doing some other stuff, and really didn't have the planter ready to go for this one. But I put all these disc openers on the front end of it. New scrapers on the inside and outside scrapers for those, and it's pretty much worked flawless since in these seed tubes. It's worked flawless all, I don't know, for the 120 acres I've done with it, except for having a cylinder blow out 4 times on one of the lift wheels. I kept putting a different one on it. Each other one that I put on it would blow out immediately, so finally took one off the other planter, my corn planter, and put it on this one. So it's been working since, but that's what happens when you got 10 old 385 planters and not one of them got good cylinders on it. Scratch paint on that probably. See if I can find where I was. There it is. Got sidetracked. There It's a lot nicer running with duals on a tractor than singles because it takes out some of the bumps. You don't feel everything as much. I gotta get duals on that 8070 I normally use too. I've got them, I just gotta get them on. It's kind of muddy in here. Working it, drying it up. Been dry the last 2 years, but of course it's been drought. Just need to lay a couple more runs of tile and really need to put a terrace, 2 terraces in there with tile risers in them. But Dad doesn't like tile risers and terraces. Says it's a waste of money, and the one I've installed, it saved more dirt in the field than what was happening to it, so helps slow the water down at least. And want to put a catch basin in down there so it would catch any dirt that would go in a riser, so it would be a plus, but make farming it a lot better. But it's just years down the road, so this field's kind of poor, and I just tried putting some cover crop wheat in on it to help build up organic matter. There's not a whole lot of tonnage there, but it's a little something whenever it finally gets matted down. It's some shade because it's pretty clayey. I mean, it doesn't look like it, but this is kind of not real tough clay dirt, but it's a little tough. I got about 10 more acres, well 15 acres. I'm going to plant with a planter, and then I'm hooking up the drill to a 180/95 and going to drill some beans too in some poor areas just to get a better canopy on them, and hopefully they don't burn up this year. But just trying some new aspects, different things. Of course, I'll sow them a lot thicker. I'll probably put them in about 180,000 just to get the seeds out there on that poor ground. But on 30-inch rows, kind of like I said, the sweet spot's about 110,000. I'll probably be about if I'm planting one, I think about 105. I'll probably come up 98% germ and close to 100,000 population, which it only takes 80 to 90,000 to have maximum yield. So that's what I'm shooting for. I learned last year that if you can get the beans to branch out, they'll put on just as many pods as having them thicker. Plus they do better at harvesting sunlight because each plant can harvest more. And it's I don't know, these seed companies, they want you to plant more and more, and sometimes planting less, for what I found, is a little bit better. Corn can be different at times. You can, depending on how your soil is, if you push it, plant a high population like I have in some test plots, that's where you can break that 300 bushel yield. But you got to have the right air and moisture, plus you got to have the right variety to be able to put the ears out there. But I'm happy, great. If I could get the fields up to average about 220 on corn, I'd be just tickled to death. trying to get my soybean yield up, and it's tough breaking 60, 65 bushel in this area of the country, and here are these 70, 80 bushel bean guys, and just trying to figure out what's a better approach on to raise that higher bean yield. I know fungicide, it really paid off last year, and I didn't do it the year before in the drought. There was a good 10 to 20 bushel difference on the guys that fungicided that were better than guys that didn't fungicide, so it pays off in a drought even. I think it'll pay off here in a year if it's wet. We'll find out. So that's basically a little update. I've got to go down and pick up something I purchased to help with improving the farm, as I'll say. Yes, it is an Allis, so we'll see what can crawl on the farm, just to give people a hint. And I'm excited to get it home and get a video of it, because it's really low hours, and I've never seen one with that low hours and condition it's in. So it'll be a fun deal to play with, and it'll be great once I get home. So just to give everybody a idea of what's coming. So hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend, and hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time.